Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sports Shirts right here on the VRR Veteran Revolt Radio. I'm your host, John Crane, a.k.a. Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. Ayoyes. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly, and one of the founding members of the VRR Veteran Revolt Radio. Thanks for joining us. Please share us out. We're live on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, and the X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know how long I'm going to have to keep saying that. Formerly known as Twitter. Probably a while. But it is what it is. Welcome and join us here as we worship together at the altar of competition where grown men and women drive around in circles, beat the shit out of each other, and play with balls. So, yeah, we got a lot to unpack and a short time to do it. So, it looks like we're down one of our co-hosts. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up. We'll see. But without further ado, he's a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was his MOS as well. We served together at the all-inclusive resort known as 4-3 area, Las Pulgas, in Camp Pendleton, California, guest of the most holistic company in Marine Corps history, Ammo Company, part of 1st Supply Battalion, 1st Force Service Support Group, 1st MAR Div. Without further ado, brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
Let us proclaim the mystery of MMA, internet billionaires, and Conor McGregor the midget. Oh. What's up, Minnie?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, man? I'm like trying to look up some last minute. You saw me. I missed a lot of your intro. I know you said we were down a guest. I didn't say which or down a host. I didn't hear which one. I'm trying to look up some internet news on that Zuckerberg Elon Musk fight here, and I'm
battle
having
of the billionaires.
having some conflicting. I don't know if that fight's going to happen, but you know what? I think that fight will happen before the Conor fight will happen. So even though it's kind of a pedestrian day in MMA today, or last night rather, you had a UFC fight night, you had a couple of good fights. We're going to talk about that later, but relatively for a casual fan, very pedestrian day or a week in MMA rather. We got a lot going on. We got the Paul brother, the Logan Paul's going to be fighting somebody soon. The other Paul brother, they're going with the podcast and the Prime Energy and all that. So talk a little bit about the Paul brothers. Talk a little about, we got a lot of fluff to talk about. And I know you like that. I got some Rogan stuff to talk about concerning Brendan Schaub. So just to stay tuned for some MMA talk, and the Pook Dawg's back.
Well, yeah, we're missing Doc. I don't know what's going on.
Doc, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I tried to call him, nothing. So
what's going on? What's going on with the pimp? Is the pimp going to be in the house?
No.
Oh man, we needed the pimp to rescue our show. The medicine man.
He is moved on. Yeah, he's no longer doing sports shirts. So
he quit.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I hope he reconsiders.
Well, me too, but I doubt it. But it is what it is. Yeah. So you and Pops are gonna hold on the fort in about 40 minutes while I go for a smoke. So be prepared for that. Save a little nugs for that as well. All right. So our next co-host is Pops. Why do we call him Pops? Well, he's my Pops. He's my father, and he's been in auto racing for over 50 years. Just about every which way you could possibly think of. So I don't know of anyone else to speak on the matter as well as he. So without further ado, let's welcome to the altar of competition here at Sports Church, Pops.
Good evening. I was impressed with Pook's opening. That was awesome.
Yeah, right.
That was great. It really was good.
Oh man. So what's new with you, Pops? Anything new? Anything crazy?
Really crazy busy day or busy weekend in Indianapolis this week.
Yeah.
Because NASCAR had 3 events and IndyCar had 1 event. All of them right in Indianapolis. So it was a crazy weekend.
Right on.
They had the road course race for the Indy cars, then they had a road course race for the Xfinity cars, and they had the road course race for the Cup cars, and then they had the truck race at Indianapolis Raceway Park. So they were busy.
Cool. All right. Let's check the comments here real quick. Pook singing made me pee move. Hey, you see that, Pook?
What's it say?
Pook singing made my pee move.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Not quite to take that.
I know, right?
I hope you don't take it.
Oh, hey! Oh,
emotional damage.
Lighten up, Francis.
That one is great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, yeah, no, same old here, man, I guess. Did the fire on Friday as usual, and then I kind of chilled out this weekend. Oh, James is being potty trained, and it's going kind of half good, half bad, and today it went real bad because he didn't tell me he had to go poo, and he just went. So I had to clean that up. That was fun. Interesting side note on that. I did absolutely fine until I took his underwear downstairs to soak it and then get ready to throw it in the wash. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, at that point, the smell got to me, and I had to up in the stationary sink downstairs in the basement. Good times. Kids are fun.
It serves you right, because I remember what you did to me.
Yeah. Well,
can you believe this?
That's
John,
the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
I picked him up and was doing it so big. And as I said, big, he puked right in my mouth. And I guess when there's puke around, I puke also.
You puke too.
But when it comes in your mouth, you really lose it.
Lies. Oh,
lies! It was like that. It was like that scene from the movie with the kids along the railroad tracks. You know what I'm talking about? What's the kids along the railroad tracks?
Huh?
Stand by me. Remember the fighting contest where they're all hard ass pukes in everyone's mouth and pukes everywhere. It's like a chain reaction.
Oh man! All right, Pook.
All right. Without further ado,
come at me, bro.
All right. You want to talk a little bit about Connor?
Sure, man. What you got for me?
Talk a little bit about Connor. Well, I guess Connor went to a fight the other night. A heavyweight fight in, I believe, Great Britain. And he showed up with an army of ladies, which weren't his wives. And at the fight, called out an internet personality that also does the YouTube internet boxing circuit. Okay. KSI. So he calls this guy out. That fight's probably never ever going to happen. He's going after him in the crowd. So, and now he's this whole time while he's doing all these shenanigans and monkey shines that we see him doing right in the public's eyes. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors, right? He's supposed to be getting ready for this fight with Chandler, which all parties have agreed to, Dana White too. Do you think this fight's ever going to happen?
I don't know, bro.
Do you think there's a better chance he fights an internet YouTuber?
Yeah.
I almost think there's a better chance he actually fights one of these internet YouTubers.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
Before this happens.
Well, I mean, they don't have the controls on the drugs that way.
Hey, that's a good call right there, Pops. Right? That's a good call right there. We all know Connor's juiced up on everything. So
probably
that's my opinion. I mean, assholes are like opinions, and I got an asshole. Yeah, you know it. And, but you want that could possibly you want to talk about. That's what we got a lot to talk about. Internet YouTubers, people of that nature here. We got Brendan Schaub, who is now an internet personality everybody knows about, probably one of the most bullied people on the internet. They pick on Brendan Schaub. Comics pick on Brendan Schaub ruthlessly. I know you're familiar. You're familiar with the Schaub feuds online, right, Mini?
Yeah.
He's had some feuds. Bobby Lee is one of them, but there's been more. He's probably the most picked on man in MMA. I mean, not in MMA, and all of YouTube and all the YouTube realm and all the influencers realm. He's probably one of the most picked on guys. And so he's on with Brian Callen. You might actually seen this episode of the Joe Rogan podcast. Did you see this?
No.
Well, he's on with Brandon. He's on with Colin, and he's got Rogan there. And Colin is pumping this dude up, suggesting that he should go back into fighting, right? And he should fight Derek Lewis of all people. And Rogan's just like baffled that he's pumping this guy up to go fight Derek Lewis. I'm going to read some Rogan quotes here. This is pretty. This goes to my point, though. This is going to lead into my point. Oh, man. I had the Rogan quotes ready, and I don't have them.
That's not going to be leading into your point.
Well, basically, I'll surmise what Rogan said, but Rogan had a way to put it, man. Rogan put it eloquently, and I wanted to read Rogan's words. If you get time to look those up,
yeah, look
awesome them up sometime. But Rogan basically says, no, fuck no, you're a fucking idiot. Looks at Schaub, says, Schaub, you want to get killed? Words of that nature, things like that, of all the people to pick. And then Colin's like, all he's got to do is take him down with a double leg. And Rogan just goes off about how this guy's got the highest knockout percentage of any other UFC fighter, what he did in his last fight. Hell, you remember that last fight that he just had where we played the knockout, man? He looked like he could be the champ right now, man. You've seen his body. Yeah. This is the best shape this guy's ever been in. He's coming into form. A lot of heavyweights don't come into form until their later years, man. that's like the wrong guy to pick. And all the people that Brendan Schaub, this is the thing that I got. If Colin had any smarts at all, and Schaub really wants to fight again, right? There's so many internet influencers that want to box right now. It's like you got all these carnival freaking joke fights going on. Why not become a part of that? Why jump right back in the freaking Shark Tank?
Yeah.
You know, why would you want to do that? You know, it's just I don't get it at all, and neither did Rogan. And it's probably a moot point in the first place because it's probably never going to happen. You know, they're probably never going to step in the ring with one another again. You know, Colin was suggesting do it with Jorge Masvidal's Game Bred Sports and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I don't know how far along they are with any of that, but that just sounds like nonsense and ridiculous to me when you got all these influencers that would love to take a shot at Schaub. And Schaub would freaking crack like all of them. Like every last one Schaub should be able to beat. You know, Schaub was a professional fighter, for crying out loud.
And speaking of nonsense, did you see that Butterbean is down 200 pounds?
Nah, man, he must be sick. That's probably not good.
He's down 200 pounds and he's at 300.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a healthy weight for that guy. Yeah, 300 pounds sounds like a healthy weight. That actually sounds like a healthy weight.
I'm not real sure, but when I heard that, I go, you got to be kidding me. But anyway.
So moving on with more fluff. More fluff. We got more internet fights coming on. We got Logan Paul, the guy with the prime. We got the guy with the prime, right? The guy with the prime, and he's got his own podcast. He's the one that made well, you could argue that he's the one that made his younger brother famous, Jake, who has been annihilating real boxers and real MMAers and is legit in my mind, no matter what anyone says. But Logan Paul is going to be fighting at this point, you might as well call Dylan Dennis a former MMAer. This guy hasn't probably fought in 4 years, man. And when he did fight, he fought in Bellator. He's known as a jiu-jitsu guru. Okay. He was actually Connor's coach. And he's going to be fighting Logan Paul. And the Paul brothers were together on Logan Paul's podcast talking about this fight. And they were obviously promoting it, and they got pretty mean with one another. I'll say that much. Logan Paul accused his brother, and this might all have been for show, but it got pretty dirty. It got pretty mean, man, because what Jake says next after Logan Paul says to him, Logan Paul says to Jake that the reason he's getting all these fights is because everyone's ducking him, and he's the real boxer. He lasted 8 rounds with the best. Gotcha. I don't know what that said. I couldn't read. That's too small print. My eyes ain't the way they used to be.
He's talking about Connor coming in with all his bitches.
Oh, man.
They call them a harem in Ireland.
It's like what's this doing, man? Like, who's coaching this guy to do this? Is he doing this all on his own? What is he trying to? What's the end game? I don't know. You know,
I don't know. I think
guy thinks he's Ric Flair, bro. So anyway,
he thinks he's a lot of things. That's for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, talking about the Logan Paul Dylan dance, he said, he tells his brother everyone's dodging him, right? And he said he lasted with the best, right? When it was Mayweather fight, and Logan pretty much tells him, "Hey, bro, I watched that fight later on TV, and I don't think you won." And that's when things kind of got off the rails with those two a little bit. But I don't know. What do you think about Logan Paul fighting a former MMAer? Well, current MMAer, you might say, Dylan Dennis. Yeah, he was involved in that whole Khabib mishap with Conor, with the aftermath, with the brawl that happened. He was part of that. He was Connor's jiu-jitsu coach. That's his claim to fame. He's going to be fighting a Paul brother. So that's what we got going on. What do you think of that fight, Mini? Pops, what do you think? All right. Moving on.
I just don't think that Conor has any place being back in the ring, period. But he's qualified. They just got to get the right fight, I guess. I don't understand why anybody would want to fight him, but
what am I doing here?
All right, we're going to talk a little Zuck. if you want. You want to talk a little
Okay.
Zuck? Want to
Yeah.
talk a little Zuck, Pops? Zuck,
Sure, why not?
Well, earlier in the week, Elon tweeted out that the UFC is not going to be part of this, and that they're gonna be doing this in Italy, and they're going to be doing it at some ancient ruins, and I believe he's referring to the Colosseum.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that was
hilarious.
That was earlier in the week, and I'm thinking of all the people that deserve to fight in the freaking Coliseum, right? Of all the people, like I'm thinking like Ngannou, like right off the top of my head, who deserves to fight in the Coliseum, man? Ngannou. Who deserves to be the main event in the Coliseum in modern day? Ngannou. Not a couple of freaking billionaires. What the hell is this nonsense? What's the world coming to? But guess what? Guess what, Pook? You're wrong. You know why you're wrong, Pook? Because the market is never wrong. And what fight's going to sell more?
Yeah.
What fight is going to sell more? What would be the biggest circus fight? That'd be that is the biggest fight if they can make it happen. Now,
Hey, and if they put on a good fight, so be it. I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people seem to think both these guys got some tricks up their sleeve. Being that I guess Elon has like a judo background and stuff, and some other things, and he's been working with Donahue, who's a leg lock master, and he's also been working with St. Pierre and that whole group, and they say that he's strong, and I believe it. He looks strong. He looks very strong for a billionaire. So they say he's strong, so they think he might have some tricks up his sleeve, and as we know Zuck's been training. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to put on no pussy-ass fight or nothing. That ain't exactly what the Pook's saying. I'm saying that these guys really deserve to be fighting in the freaking Coliseum. And you could just point at the market. The market's never wrong. They're right. You're wrong, Pook. This is the fight.
I mean, there's an awful lot of gearheads that would tune in just to see it because fighting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that champion Elon, thinks he's the champion of free speech, thinks Zuck's the opposite, I don't know where I fall in with that. I don't know what to think of these guys in general. You know what I mean? I know that Zuck probably has to put up with a lot.
There's got to be odds out already, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
Well, what do the odds say?
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to try.
Say?
I'm not going to bumble around and screw up my segment even more than I already have trying to find that. I will though. However, when you're doing your segment, I'll look that up. When someone else is talking about something else, I will look that up. I'll look it up fast. I can get to that. I know I can. But I don't know who the favorite is. Who would you bet? Who would you think's the favorite? Let's talk about that.
I don't know, man. I'm rooting for Elon. I'm Team Elon for sure, but I don't know what everybody else is thinking. But I'd have to think that just if all things being equal, that Elon's got a better shot because he's just a bigger man.
I like what you're thinking too, in the sense that, and the longer this fight goes on, the longer the negotiation fight, the longer the negotiating process and the business end of the fight goes on, because they don't even have a date yet, the more time Elon has to catch up, being the bigger, stronger man. If that's the case where he even needs to catch up, because some people think he's sandbagging.
Help me understand this, Pook. Oddspedia, a gambling website, has been calculating odds for the fight since June. As of Sunday afternoon, it gave Zuckerberg a 79% chance of beating Musk 51. So I don't know what the hell that means.
What is it?
Zuckerberg 39. A 79% chance of beating Musk 51. I don't understand. Is Zuckerberg 39 years old?
That must be some foreign website. I don't. That's not what we use in the U.S. to calculate.
Well, that's why I can't understand what it is.
I can't help you with that.
There's all kind of crazy odds out there. I mean, there isn't even some. I think I might on UFC.
I think I might be able to pull it if the sports books are actually offering it right now. I'll be able to find it. I'll be able to find it. But I know I got so much trouble just bumbling on my phone, and my eyes ain't what they used to be. I know that if I stop the segment to do that, we're just gonna get derailed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of why I didn't want to do it. But we'll look up those odds. Zuck actually texted out today that he wanted to do it through the UFC.
Yeah.
Right. And Alon is not serious about this. So you tell me what you think. I mean, about that tweet. He said some other stuff.
The UFC, the sports book for UFC set the betting lines at -160 for Zuckerberg and +140 for Musk.
That's what I'm used to. Okay. So Musk, you're almost going to get like a blackjack payout back. For every dollar you put down, you're going to get back $1.40. On the flip side of that, what was Zuckerberg? Zuckerberg was
-160.
So you got to put up $160 to win 100. So every $1.60 you put up, you'll get 100 back if you bet on Zuck. So Zuck's the favorite. They got him favored by like a blackjack. They think a blackjack bet 3-2. They got him favored right around 3-2. So they think there's a 3-2 chance that Zuck's gonna beat Alon. I kind of like taking Alon.
Yeah.
If those odds stay current, if those odds stay like that, I really kind of like Alon. Do you think this fight's going to happen?
Zuckerberg's 12 years younger than Musk.
Yeah, they're gonna iron this out.
That could have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg is apparently 51, and Zuckerberg's only 39.
Yeah, that could play into it too, man. He's a 51-year-old guy, man. That could play into this too, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
He is a billionaire, so we know he probably has the best health care. He's on peptides. He's probably taking all kinds of stuff.
The thing about this too is, generally speaking, who do you think people like more, Musk or Zuckerberg?
Musk.
Musk. Okay.
He bought Twitter. He bought Twitter to, even though it's not going that way now, and even though now he might have had a plan when he might have had a plan. We know he had a plan, but besides freeing up speech, I'm saying he might have had a plan when he bought Twitter. Besides wanting to free up speech, is what I'm saying. But
yeah,
a lot of people look at him.
Not even a year in yet.
A lot of people look at him.
Rarely do you have a turnaround in less than a year.
Well, they hired that one lady. Not to get off the subject of sports, but they hired that one lady that was part of as a director. They hired that one lady that was part of the World Economic Forum. She's also like part of MSNBC News, I believe, or something. She's a real lefty. So we'll see about what happens with Twitter. I mean, that's yet to be seen. He has freed up a lot of speech on Twitter, though, up to this point. So,
but what I'm getting at is that with Musk's relationship with Rogan and Rogan's connection to all these fucking fighters and all these guys, who's going to train? Who's just the level of training partners that Musk has in his back pocket.
Well, he's already training with St. Pierre, Donahue, and
Lex.
I can't think of the other Lex. He's training with. He's training with somebody else too. So, yeah. I mean, he's already training with some really, really talented individuals and coaches. Donahue being probably one of the best jiu-jitsu coaches in the country, world country.
So yeah, I think it's going to happen, and I think just Musk has got. It's just he's got it. He's got all the partners. He's got the experience. I don't think he's just I don't think he's mean, but I think he's got the mean streak. He's capable of being mean. You know what I mean? Like Zuckerberg just. I don't know. It seems like he has hissy fits instead of like man rage. You know what I mean? Like it's just how I feel. But I think Musk's ability to get fucking mean and nasty compared to Zuck is, and then that's in a fight, that's huge. So I don't know, but then again, not Elon, but Zuck's been training for a while as well. I guess he's pretty good jiu-jitsu guy. So Who
Well, they're
knows?
saying that he used to practice judo. That's the rumor.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's the rumor.
Zuckerberg did or Musk?
No, Musk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the rumor. That's the
All
rumor.
right.
But yeah, we know that Zuckerberg's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. That leads us to the meat and potatoes of the broadcast of Pook's segment. We're going to talk about the Fight Night 78 on ESPN 51. We had Khalil Roundtree knocking out Chris Dawkins with a freaking piston left hand. Popped him with that piston left hand, knocked him flat to the canvas. Fight could have been stopped right there and then, but Herb Dean let him get a couple more whacks in, and that was a TKO. Khalil Roundtree, hot right now. Hot. I believe, without pulling up his record, I believe this is a few in a row for him. Very hot. That was a freaking impressive win as well. You had the Hakeem Dawodu fight versus Cub Swanson, and this is a controversial fight, and I'm going to tell you right now why. You got Cub Swanson, the guy who won the fight, saying that he lost 2 out of 3 rounds. So if you got the guy who won the fight saying that he lost 2 out of the 3 rounds, and you got everyone on the internet screaming bullshit, bad decision, what's going on there?
I don't know. What is going on there?
I honestly, the Pook Dawg would have to say more of the same.
Oh, yeah.
What's to be done about the bad decisions in the UFC? Now, you could make the argument that first round was very close. You could make the argument, right? You could make the argument that Cub Swanson won the first round and he definitely won the third. And you could make the argument if it was a pride fight, he dominated that third round so much, it's the championship round, that's the end of the fight, he won the fight. That's not how they score, though. They score round by round here. So the second fight was dominated by Hakeem Dawodu. So the second round was dominated by Dawodu. And on judges' scorecards, guess what? They got Cub Swanson winning. So that, to me, that's a problem, man. It's definitely a problem with the judging in the UFC, no doubt there. Not happy about that, but that's more of the same. We've seen this a lot.
I was going to say, you've been saying that for years now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing on Dawodu's record. You know, he's gonna have to take the L. You know, and that's a real consequence for him. And Dawodu, obviously, here he's an up and coming fighter. And Cub Swanson, man, he's seen his better days, man. You know, so it was an injustice that was done, but we see it all the time. And you know, it's not like boxing where one loss can derail your career. So it's not the end of the world, but it's not right either. And we had the Vincent Luque fight. That was our main event last night. It went 5 rounds, went the distance. Nobody seems to have any problem. Nobody seems to have any problem with the decision, including the old Pook Dawg. There was a question of whether Vincent Luque was ever going to fight again, man. You know, Vicente Luque being a fan favorite, being a guy who likes to bang. Last fight he had with Jeff Neal, he had a brain bleed. He got knocked out, had a brain bleed. He almost didn't get cleared to fight this fight.
Yeah. And
what we saw a much smarter fighter. Pook Dawg. He's coming undone. Pay no attention to the man behind the corner. It's the mighty powerful Oz.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
That was a perfect time for that button.
Anyway, Mini, we got a 38-year-old RDA, and Vincent Luque fought a much smarter fight. Probably not going to be, if he continues this smart way of fighting, showed off a lot of his grappling skills that a lot of people didn't know he had. And if he continues this route of fighting, I think he's going to have a long career ahead of him. RDA being 38 years old, maybe he might want to think about hanging it up. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to talk about when it comes to what's happened and what's happening in the world of MMA outside of the next UFC event, UFC 292. It's going to be happening next weekend, August the 19th. We're going to have Aljamain Sterling fighting Sugar O'Malley. So we got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling. That's going to be a pay-per-view event. I'm going to watch it probably after it happens, but I'll definitely be talking about it on the air next week. That's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to bet Aljo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked up the betting odds, but if the betting odds are close, I really like Aljamain Sterling's chances. Although Sean O'Malley has looked good in the past against some decent talent, and that was his knock for the longest time, that he hasn't fought anybody. Well, recently he's fought some pretty decent talent. You might have a problem with the Peter Yan decision or whatever, but I mean, he looked good in that fight. He's looked good in all of his fights, but I just think Aljamain might be a little too much for him.
Televising this one.
Oh, this is going to be a pay-per-view.
Okay.
You're going to have to, if you want to do it the legal way, Pops, you're going to have to get on ESPN Plus, and you're going to have to order it, and you're probably going to have to pay, I don't know, like your firstborn. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of shekels. I don't know. Probably like 3 or 4 silver pieces. That's what it's going to cost.
I'll see if
I'll send you a link to save you some money.
There you go.
I'll send you a link.
Cool. All right, boys. I'm going to go walk the dog. So you're going to have to talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes. This is usually when Devil Doc, does the boring things that, well, I say nobody cares about, but it's really me. But
we're talking about we're going to be having a draft pretty soon. When we're going to do that? Do we know?
September 3rd. It's 7:30.
September 3rd.
Yep, it's a Sunday, first Sunday in September at 7:30, and we'll do it live on the show.
Okie dokie.
So I'll have a half hour to get ready, talk some shit to the champ. Again, the champ. And then we'll do the draft. So and we're going to go to 12 teams this year. So you're gonna have to draft accordingly. Because that's 2 more teams gone. 2 more teams full of players. They're going to be off the board. So it's going to make it a little more interesting. Yeah.
It's going to make the waiver wire important.
We're very important. Yeah, absolutely. And even more so, like the key I always say is finding that guy every year, right? Mm-hmm. Like the guy I found last year was Brock fucking Purdy. Boy, was he Purdy. Man, fucking 5 straight wins. Took me all the way to the end of the season, through the playoffs, into the championship. Just boom.
Is he got a starting role this year?
No, he's still recovering from that UCL tear in his elbow down right here. Yeah, when he came forward and hit that guy, his arm didn't like that. So it's funny. You got that young guy. What happened? What happened was last year they had Pook. Who's their quarterback? The young guy, it's like Trey something in there, or for San Francisco, for San Francisco 49ers, they drafted him a couple of years.
Yeah, I know.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
You said it. You bailed me out.
Yeah, he got hurt, broke his ankle last year, right? Something like that. And right in the beginning of the season. Then Jimmy Garoppolo came in and righted the ship. And then Jimmy got hurt. I think shoulder injury. I think it was a rotator cuff. Much love. I feel you on the rotator cuffs. And so does my orthopedic surgeon. Anyways, then Brock Purdy stepped in and went all the way to the championship game, NFC championship game, and that's when he hit that tear, and San Francisco just fell apart. I don't know if he's gonna be ready for the start of the season. I think they're gonna try this kid out because they did draft him in the first round, so they got to play him, right? And we'll see if he doesn't make it and Purdy's healthy. They'll probably put Brock Purdy back in there. So, but yeah, Trey Lance, that was right. Thank you, Chris Benoit Balls, our resident Canadian. What's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for checking in and helping us out. I appreciate it, man. And anybody who tuned in, please share us out. Get on Twitter or X. Get an X account. Go search Veteran Revolt Radio. Follow us there. You can follow us on Rumble, a free speech platform alternative to the YouTubes. Search Vet Revolt Radio on Rumble. Follow us. Give us thumbs up on our videos. Very important. It helps us out a lot. YouTube too. Veteran Revolt Radio. You search us on YouTube there. Follow us, subscribe, and share our shit out however you can. Yeah. So
can they search for Sports Church, or they gotta go for Vet Revolt Radio?
Veteran Revolt Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and Vet Revolt Radio on Rumble.
So
Don't
Sports
ask me.
Church doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, on Facebook it does.
Well, yeah, but we're doing our best to get out of there. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't think. I don't. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me check something. Let's see what happens. Now, oh yeah, you'll come up. You can search Sports Church. It'll come up on Rumble.
on Rumble.
On Rumble, you just search Sports.
Okay.
It'll bring up some of our videos. I don't know if it'll take you right to this one that's live right now, but it will take you that, and that way you can get to Veteran Revolt Radio.
All right.
Like and follow. All right, boys. I will be back in 5 minutes. Don't kill each other.
What kind of story you want to talk about, Pook?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Pops. What kind of story?
You're not
vaxxed
vaxxed until you're dead. You can talk about that until I'm gone.
Holy cow! You really want to unpack that nonsense? It's kind of supposed to be a sports show.
I don't know. Have we ever heard more from James? Not James. What was the crazy dude's name out of Pogus?
Oh, Tatum T. Tatum. Oh,
Tatum, yeah.
That guy's buddy. Nah, I haven't heard from that guy now in 30 years, man. Now, I know Mini keeps tabs on these boys, so Mini probably
he tried to, but he said he lost track of him. He's not been able to pick it up
again.
again.
That guy could be in prison or dead, Pops.
He was looking to change his identity last time I heard. So,
well, it's probably gonna be hard to find him then, right?
Yeah, I would say
a private investigator.
Oh,
have to go in depth with that one. Yeah.
Well, my Reds are dying. I don't understand this.
They
fallen behind the Cubbies.
They got LA De La Cruz, man. What's going on?
I know. I don't understand it. He's still doing his thing, but the rest of the team's not carrying him. I don't know what the deal is. They're a bunch of games down on Chicago as well as Green Bay or Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's looking to get booted out of their stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on with that, Pops?
Well, the league came back to them and said, look, you got to do something about the stadium. It's falling apart. And so the Brewers went back to the city and said, hey, we need some help here. And apparently the city said, oh, that's great because we don't have any money.
Damn, is Milwaukee going to lose the Brewers now?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's going to be the way they lost the Braves.
Interesting. There's plenty of towns. There's plenty of people that would love to have MLB
especially now that it's the winning team.
Very interesting.
I don't know. I thought that it was a great stadium, but apparently it's the maintenance has not been kept up. And that's
that's the thing. It's like they want you to have modern stuff. It's why San Diego lost the Chargers. You know, they want you to have a modern facility. They want everything upgraded. I'll tell you what, when I went to Wrigley Field earlier in the summer, I couldn't believe the shape it was in. When I used to go to Wrigley Field, you literally had pieces of building falling down.
Sure, yeah. Anytime you were walking up the ramp, you weren't sure you were going to make it.
Man, that place is completely remodeled, completely restored.
Is it really?
They kept the classic look to it. They kept it's beautiful, and they put modern stuff in it. They got restaurants everywhere, bathrooms everywhere now. It's incredible what they've done with that place. It was not my memory. I'm like, we're at Wrigley Field? It looked like we were like at one of the more modern ballparks for sure. It was a good experience. And not that the Cubs would ever lose or not that Chicago would ever lose the Cubs. That could never happen. But I'm saying like they got that that stadium or park, whatever you want to call it, field. They got it up to par for sure. It's
I can't imagine what went on in Cincinnati when they tore down Riverfront Stadium and built the new stadium, American Field, and a football stadium. And they hadn't paid for the original. They hadn't paid off Riverfront Stadium before they tore it down.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
But, I mean, communities will do whatever they can to save their sports teams, that's for sure. But that doesn't make any sense fiscally, obviously. That doesn't make any sense, But that's very competitive, man. That's why I can't believe that Milwaukee's taking such a hard line with that stadium. They want to lose the Brewers because it'll happen. It's happened to other communities for sure.
Well, it's a liberal city, and liberal cities don't go for sports teams.
But they will go for the lab-grown meat.
Hey, what's up, boys?
We're just talking about how Milwaukee might lose the Brewers. Man.
They need renovations, and I don't know what you guys said, but apparently the Brewers organization went to the city and were like, "Oh, we need some cash," and they're like, "Yeah, not happening."
Yeah, the city said we don't have any money.
But where do they go? Where do they go if they leave? I mean,
Major League Baseball said we'll move you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, this is a shot across the bow. Is always with these stadiums and whatnot. Is we're gonna move, we're gonna leave, and then everybody goes, "Oh,
but
shit!"
It's not the Brewers saying we're gonna move.
No, I know.
It's Major League Baseball saying we're gonna move them.
Yeah, I know.
It's similar to what happened with San Diego Chargers, man. The NFL wanted an updated stadium. They wanted a place to hold Super Bowls. They wanted, and they wouldn't budge. They wouldn't build nothing. They wouldn't, they shuffled around their feet until it was too late, and they ended up moving to LA.
Yeah, well, I mean, where do they stick the Brewers then? Indianapolis?
Indianapolis would love to have a franchise. There's a lot of towns. There's a lot of decent towns in the South. You go south of the Mason-Dixon line, and it's all Braves fans, man. There's all kinds of towns that would love in the South that would love to have
a big enough city, though. Name me one.
Birmingham
is not a big city.
Big enough to handle a baseball team.
Oklahoma City,
that's a possibility.
Memphis
is big enough.
Nashville.
Yep.
Nashville's big enough.
Charleston's
big enough. Yeah.
Anywhere there's sports fans in the South.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you got to have somewhat.
Don't even have to be, but Minnie, you don't even limit yourself to the South. It could be anywhere. Anywhere could grab this.
Well, the Northeast is crowded. The West Coast is crowded. There's nothing out west. I mean, Plains West. Like before you get to the Rockies, there's nothing fucking out there. Not big enough to support a baseball team. That's why there's none out there except for Kansas City, which is barely a franchise right now.
I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, I like a good point though, Pook. Though, I mean, yeah, there are some places down south. Indianapolis is a fairly decent sized city. It's bigger than Milwaukee. So they could probably support it. They already support a AAA team, a basketball team, a football team. So
baseball's pretty popular in Texas as well. And I know there's a lot of teams.
Yeah, I don't know if Houston and Texas would be cool with that.
Yeah, with Houston and Dallas both have teams.
Well, yeah, the Texas Rangers in Arlington, and you got Houston Astros. Where are you going to put them in Dallas?
Yeah. No, they can't go in Dallas. They already got a team in Dallas.
No, they don't. They got Texas Rangers and all. Yeah, Texas Rangers are in Arlington. Yeah, Texas Rangers are in Arlington and Houston, of course. Astros are those cheap.
Yeah, but the Rangers are in what, Arlington?
The Rangers are in Arlington, yeah.
Well, that's Dallas.
Well, all right.
I mean, it's not 15 miles difference.
What's up, Carl? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on the bar last night. If you guys didn't see the bar last night, go check it out on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. I had a pretty fun show. It was me, Doc, for quite a while, and then Carl joined in at the end of, towards the end of it a little bit. We had a lot of fun with Carl because he's an awesome guy and whatnot. But yeah, so all right, We can talk some more about this Brewer shit here in a minute. But let's do Pops' auto sports report, and then I'll do as much baseball as I can get in when we're done with that.
You got some Yankee talk for us?
I can talk a little Yankees.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Let's get the motorsports out of the way, and then we can go forever on the baseball.
All right, hold on one moment. I'm pulling up the the thing. Here we go. All right, you're rolling, Pops.
Okay, and Formula One. What's happening is nothing.
Nothing. Oh,
they're on their summer break, and it's a mandatory break.
Oh,
In other words, teams can't do anything.
Wow.
They can't restock. They can't practice. They can't do nothing. So,
how long is this break?
Formula One is doing absolutely nothing. However, I said it was a busy weekend, so you go to the next slide and you see what I'm talking about.
How long is the break?
Another 3 weeks.
Damn, that's a nice paid vacation.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it was a crazy weekend, man.
That's why I said it was a busy weekend in Indianapolis.
If I
they had the truck race on Friday night.
Yeah.
On Saturday, right around noontime, they had the IndyCar race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. They followed that about a 45-minute break before the Xfinity Series had their race. And then they followed it up with a NASCAR Cup Series race today. So, like I said, they were busy.
I like this. I like this. I wish I had the time and the money. I would have made it this weekend. I'm pretty sure I have a place to stay there. So or a couple places to stay for free.
Yeah.
Maybe buy some dinner or whatnot for Gino or Eddie or whoever I ended up staying with. But I like this, and I think more of this needs to happen in racing because this was awesome, man. Trucks, Indy, Xfinity, the big boys in Cup, all on the same track over the whole weekend, just nonstop racing. Just, oh, yeah. I mean, in Indianapolis, if you haven't been there, you've got to go. It is a bucket list thing if you're a sports fan. You don't even have to be an auto racing fan. I took one of my girlfriends. You remember Laura, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, or Lauren, excuse me. Sorry, her rest in peace. I tell you, no, I'm not kidding. She passed away a couple of years ago.
No, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I have no idea, but yeah.
Was she vaccinated?
Well, this is.
Don't bring that up.
This is pre-COVID, Bubba. This is pre-COVID. But yeah, she passed away. But I took her to what was it? Was it the it was a NASCAR race. It was a Brickyard.
Yeah, it was a Brickyard race.
Yeah, and she was like, just fussing, bitching the whole fucking time and getting there, and I'm like, I held back on some of the stuff we were able to do there until we got there, and I'm like, yeah, we're bringing our booze in. That's fun. So we have to pay for drinks, and we got to see one of her favorite country western singers. I can't remember who it was. I could think of it in a minute, maybe. So she loved that free concert, and then she just fell in love with the people watching.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, does that place never ever disappoint? Whether it's snake
for a NASCAR weekend, you probably had about 220,000 people there.
Yeah, it was insane, and I'll never forget this. This is so fucking NASCAR. Unfortunately, we're sitting in the first turn in India in the bleachers. And which you can only see 15 seconds of race cars right where you're at, but it is it is turn one. So a lot of cool things tend to happen in turn one. And right behind us or to the side was a big video board, so we could watch pretty much watch the race just looking at that. But we're sitting in the bleachers. She's still a little kind of nervous and but a couple people are super friendly and then she just goes in social butterfly mode, and now we've got a pack hanging around us. But we look down and there is a This is one of the most NASCAR things I've ever seen. It was a guy in a wife beater, torn jeans, jean shorts, then with a some kind of fishing cap turned backwards, double fisting tall boys, while his pregnant wife. And I mean pregnant. I mean, 8 months minimum, right?
Blossomed, huh?
Yeah, she's about to pop. Is carrying this gigantic cooler and a baby, and she's got the other kid, the toddler, tethered to her. I'm just like, Lauren, you got to see this. She goes, "Oh my God, that's the most redneck shit I've ever seen." I'm like, I know, right? It's great. It was so fun. And we watched. She goes, "John," and 15 minutes later, John, she's elbowing me. I'm like, I'm trying to watch the race. She goes, "Look," and there's this cushy woman, question mark, in a sundress. Just fucking bared it to the world, pulled up back of her dress and scratching her ass. To like 30,000 in the front of 30,000 NASCAR fans. And it was just like, man, I fucking love this. This is great. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to go, and this one is definitely one. I mean, I know it's probably a big package, but that's what she said. And yeah. But, I mean, think about this. Even if you're not a racing fan, this is something to check off on your bucket list.
Hey, it used to be $40. I don't know what the tickets are now.
Yeah.
It used to be $40 for the infield.
Yeah.
So it's not ridiculous expensive. And you get a concert in addition to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was a reasonable deal.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What is that?
Now, the truck race was at Indianapolis Raceway Park, which is now known as Lucas Oil Raceway Park. It's a 2/3 of a mile track. And the fourth turn has some indentations in the fence because I bounced off of it. Rearranged the fence. But anyway, it's a very, very tight racetrack. And it's really suited. If you go to the next slide, you'll see it's really suited for midgets.
Hey, I love midgets.
These little guys, they fly around there, and it's a perfect track for them. Unfortunately,
that thing's just an engine with wheels.
Unfortunately, they brought the big truck. So you go to the next slide. And that's what they were racing over there Friday night.
That's awesome. I love it.
And I mean to tell you, that is a tight track. Now, it's progressively banked. And the line is about probably closer to 12 feet off the bottom.
Wow.
Because that's right where the banking really starts to begin. You get on the bottom, you're going to spin out. But anyway, that's just the way the track is. And it was wild. You put 30 cars like that or 30 trucks like that on a track and have them go racing, it gets a little crazy. Fortunately, we root for a guy, and if you look at the next slide, you'll see what happens.
Hey!
Ty Majeski, who I've been promoting for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Finally won a race this year, and this is the very first race of the playoff system for the trucks. And so Ty did well for his Friday night activities. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see the standings, and it really boosted it up. He went into the playoffs in seventh place. He's now in second place. So he came off very, very well in the playoff standings because he's only got one win, and that was the win last night. It looks like it's going to be an interesting race because everybody is still fairly close. Go to the next slide.
Okay.
And you go from that 2/3 mile track
to Behemoth.
a monster. John was talking about the monster. You got to go see it.
Mhm.
It's got the layout of the racetrack for the road course, and that's in the dark gray. And it is quite interesting to say the least. Go to the next slide.
Oh, there she is.
That is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Is that set up? It looks like it's set up for air racing.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
They do run air races there. That's what I was going to try
so
to tell you.
cool.
They take off down the middle.
I think I can see my old apartment from here. It's over there.
They do the Red Bull air races there.
That's crazy. Those guys are fucking lunatics, by the way.
Indianapolis is doing more and more. You wouldn't believe the stuff that they're doing with the facility now. But anyway, it is a humongous facility. It's something that you have to visit. You have to experience it because it is just so awesome. You can actually run a power boat in that little lake there.
But which is part of the 9-hole golf course, correct?
Yeah. That's another story.
Yes.
Tom Malloy and I damn near kill ourselves coming through the tunnel, coming from the outside track to the inside, and because we were playing golf, but Tom Malloy, who was a IndyCar driver, kind of took it a little. We went through the tunnel on two wheels. And we lost some clubs. I guess that's the best way to explain it.
Oops. Hope they were rented. All right, keep going.
Next slide.
Next slide it is. Oh, look who won.
Imagine that. Look at this guy. Now,
was that number 50?
You gotta understand this.
54, right?
Huh?
Was that number 54 that he won?
54.
54
Oh,
races.
God, I can't remember what number it is. It's a big number.
I'm pretty sure.
Now the most impressive thing is this is his 319th start.
Yeah.
Which is a new record. Tony Kanaan had it at 318.
Yeah. No, I'm almost positive. I saw an article about it yesterday. I was
now the other part that's interesting is that this is his 19th consecutive year in which he's won a race.
Jeez.
19 consecutive years.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He's quickly cementing himself as a GOAT, isn't he?
Yeah. Now, even more so, he spun out on the first lap.
I saw that. I did. I saw that. That's where I got the 54 from. Somebody sent me a link, highlights of the race, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, and yeah, saw him get spun out. Got hit in the ass, right?
Yeah. But it was an interesting accident because let's see who all was involved. Newgarden was involved. Newgarden ended up falling down a lap. Marcus Armstrong, Alex Palou, Roman Grosjean, Scott Dixon, and Colton Herta, along with Joseph Newgarden, all got tangled up in that accident. But somehow the Iceman, he finds a way to come through, comes all the way from the back of the pack, and ends up and he won it on pit on. He stretched the pit stops is what he did.
Yeah.
And if you go to the next slide, you'll see who he stomped on, which is incredible. That's Tony Kanaan talking to Graham Rahal. Graham, first time in 6 years, he sits on the pole.
Yeah.
and it was clearly his race to win. However, that wasn't counting on Dixon being up there. He probably got within, maybe 3-4 car lengths of Dixon when Dixon just go ahead and pulled away. But they put on a good race. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And it was neat to see Rahal that far up in front. The team is doing very well. Lundqvist, his other car, I think finished in 5th or 6th place. So the Rahal team finally figured out Indianapolis Raceway or Indianapolis road course.
Okay.
Next slide shows us who all did what. Oh, there's the Dixie for the win. And look
What?
at. Go back to that one.
Oh, I recognize this gentleman to the right.
Hey, look at that heavy-set gentleman. Who is that?
That may or not be
Clipper.
somebody
That's
who
a good old Chip Ganassi.
allegedly threatened my life after I got one of his drivers so drunk that he missed his flight for Daytona for testing. Oops. Yeah. He was very sweet about it, ish. No, he's great. I love him.
Consider Chip ever sweet. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's a big fucking softy. He's a huge softy, but you don't want to tap into that other side like I did. But, like, I ran into him like 30 minutes later, and he was, like, all friendly and shit. But he had to get his point across, and he did it very well.
Well, that's the neat thing about Chipper. He will say what he thinks, and then he moves on. And you know you're okay with him when he does that.
Yeah.
Next slide. And the Gallagher Grand Prix at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the road course, did go to Scott Dixon. Ray Hall was second. Your favorite Irish guy was in third.
Yeah, the Mexican Irishman.
Yeah.
Award.
Christian Lundgaard was in fourth. That's the other Ray Hall driver.
Nice.
So you got Ray Hall in second, and you got Christian Lundgaard in fourth. So that was neat.
How is Bobby
Alexander
doing these
Rossi
days?
came home in fifth.
How is
Will
Bobby?
Power was sixth. Alex Palou, your current race IndyCar leader, was in seventh. McLaughlin eighth. Kirkwood, the winner of last week, was in ninth, and Marcus Ericsson is in 10th. Go to the next slide. You'll see where they sit for the championship.
I want to ask you real quick. How's
Sure.
Bobby doing?
How's what?
Bobby doing? Bobby Rahal.
Oh, fine. He's
Okay.
at every one of the races.
Yeah.
Haven't
seen him in a minute.
They just built a brand new facility, big facility. They got three IndyCar race teams, and they got the whole BMW racing team, IMSA racing team based out of there. So Bobby's doing very, very well.
Awesome.
Now, in the championship battle, this is Alex Palou.
Fucking over.
He is going to repeat as champion. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, it looks like it.
There's 3 races left. There's 50 points for a win, and he's 101 points in front.
So he could DNF the next 2 races and still probably win.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, I hate those. I mean, good for Alex Palou. Obviously earned it. You know what I mean? But
well, now the other thing is, this is the first year where they don't have double points for the last race of the season. It's still just 50 points. So there's only 150 points up in the next 3 races. So it's pretty much pretty much a done deal. The only battle is going to be who's going to come in second.
Right, and that's close.
When you look at this, you got Scott Dixon you got Alex Palou and Scott Dixon that are Ganassi guys.
Yeah.
You got Newgard and McLaughlin are Penske guys.
Yeah.
You got Pato O'Ward that is McLaren guy. Ericsson, which is a Ganassi guy. Will Power, which is a Penske guy. Christian Lundgaard is the very first of the Rahal boys. Kirkwood is an Andretti guy, and Rossi is an Andretti guy. So it is a interesting season. But Alex Palou is going to walk out with it. Now, here's the neat thing about Alex Palou. Remember last year there was all kind of controversies over his contract.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's happening again.
Oh,
he has just advised the McLaren boys that he is not going to their team next year, even though he has a contract saying he's going to go to McLaren. And he was scheduled to go over and start practicing once the season for IndyCar was done.
Yeah.
That was all scheduled. Now he's saying he's not going. So we're waiting for the lawsuits to come out now. Because remember, there was lawsuits last year where Ganassi sued McLaren, McLaren sued Ganassi, and they both sued Palou. But they worked it out. But now Palou says, I know we had this agreement, but And I don't think he's going to stay with Ganassi. So that's a battle that we still have to determine. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Next one.
Oh God, there's more. Okay, hold on. There we go.
All right.
Cool.
They got the IndyCar race. Now they're going over to the Xfinity race that's coming up. So that's the Xfinity guy going behind there. Next slide. And here they are into the first turn. And that is a mess. I don't care what anybody says. Look at this. 36 cars all trying to fit through that little 12 inches on a 36-foot opening.
Let me tell you something. I raced this track on Gran Turismo, and that first section, it was about the first 5 or 6 turns, I believe, is one of the most technical ones I've ever run into on a racetrack. Believe it or not, it is nasty. Because if I remember correctly, its first turn is a sharp right,
a hard right,
a winding left, and then another hard right, another hard right, and then there's no elevation, but you do go up a little bit, and then it's a left, and in a deceiving left. It is a hard road course, man. So I kick myself for not watching this race because I would have loved to see what these guys did. Because how many of those guys in that picture right there have more than 50 hours? No,
none of them have 50 hours.
25 hours on a road course. How many of them? Like 2?
Very few. Very few.
So, this is. I'm guessing it was an interesting race, Pops. All right, next one. Yep. Oh, look
at this. They brought in a ringer. Ty Gibbs comes down from Cup Series to race in the Xfinity race.
I just can't stop and look at that guy and not think that his mom had to sign a permission slip for him to race.
He looks like he's old. He's not even old enough to sign his own papers.
He's not old enough to drink the beer. Oh, they're throwing Monster, so that makes sense. But
he's on a Monster deal.
Yeah, so he's not drinking the beers. But
now, the reason I'm celebrating is that you look at the next slide.
Uh-oh. Hey, what?
Sam.
Yeah.
Finished in second.
Oh, nice.
He won last week, and now he finishes in second place. So Sam is doing well for himself. He will be in the playoffs. I think they got 2 more races before the playoffs. So it's neat to see Sam Mayer doing well. That so far, Milwaukee's doing very, very well. You got Ty Majeski and Sam Mayer. So it was an awesome weekend for the Milwaukee boys, to say the least.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Holy crap.
Pennzoil 150 at the Brickyard. Ty Gibbs, Sam Mayer, AJ Allmendinger. AJ had second place locked up, but 2 turns from the end, he slid wide, and Sam jumped underneath him and ended up finishing second. Austin Hill was 4th, Allgaier 5th, Cole Custer was 6th, Klingerman was 7th, Sheldon Creed 8th, Kaz Gralla was 9th, and Brett Moffitt came home in 10th. So the playoffs is tightening up in the Xfinity ranks too. Next slide.
Holy shit.
Here comes the big boys. These are the Cup cars. And I don't care. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide.
Yeah, that's going to work.
Going down for a 26-foot wide path. They made it. It was amazing. There was 1 yellow flag in this race, and that came in 6 laps. And they did a restart and ran the rest of the way. Wow. 2 hours straight, which was unreal.
Unheard of.
Yes. Yeah. And the amazing thing is, a guy that's only won 1 race before, Michael McDowell, who won the Daytona 500 in a fluke, he won the Daytona 500 and rain delay, a rain postponement. He wins again. So it was wild. The significance of this is he moves. He's not even close to the playoffs. He moves into the playoffs. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. He jumped ahead of a whole bunch of guys all straight to the playoffs. We'll go ahead and switch to the next slide.
Okay.
McDowell beat Chase Elliott. I mean, now think about this. These are tough guys to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Suarez, one of the toughest road racers around. Tyler Reddick from 2311 Racing. Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Martin Truex. All these guys are in the champion playoffs, and McDowell whomps them. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and now this one, Shane Van Gisbergen. He's the guy that won the Champ Car race at Chicago. His very first race.
I like how you went to a little Swedish accent when you said it.
Yes.
That was pretty funny.
He ran the truck race Friday night to get his first oval experience. And he finished in the top 10 there. And then he finished in the top 10 at the Brickyard. So he's got a win, a 10th place, and a 10th place. Not bad for somebody that's never driven in the United States.
Right.
And he hopes to come over and compete next year, part-time, but definitely wants to come over next year.
Well, go for it, Shane Van Gisbergen.
Next slide.
Holy fuck, there's more.
Yep.
There we go.
Here's your playoff standings. William Byron on top, Truex, Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain. These are all guys with wins.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Logano. How do you like that spelling of Logano's name? Anyway,
Logano. Joey
Michael
Logano
McDowell was nowhere near the playoffs, and all of a sudden he jumped all the way up into 12th place. Ricky Stenhouse, Kevin Harvick. Now look at this. Kevin Harvick has 0 wins.
Yeah.
Keselowski, 0 wins. Bubba Wallace, 0 wins. But they're in the top 16 right now. Suarez, Gibbs, Chase Elliott, and Alex Bowman have 0 wins also. But they get a win. They jump ahead of Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
So,
It's
any
the
non-winner,
Matt Kenseth rule, right?
Yeah. Any non-winner gets a win, jumping ahead of all these guys with 0s. So it's going to be interesting. 3 more races, and then we go into the playoffs.
I don't know. Maybe someone needs to hang another noose and Bubba Wallace. Maybe he'll get a win.
You know what? NASCAR has never apologized for that.
What a piece of shit that fucking guy is. Oh, fucking
They have never apologized for that. They had the FBI, the Secret Service. They had.
That's been in every garage and every racetrack. Yeah, it's been in every garage, every racetrack I've ever been in, Pops. Right? Yeah. Like that's just the thing they do. Yeah. Like, how did you? It's just right after that. You know, who is it? That French actor Jesse Smollett. That whole thing. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, and trolling a little bit, but you know, jeez, fuck that guy. Fuck him. They put my thing. Did they really? Did they? No, they didn't, and you know they didn't do it. So you're an even bigger piece of shit. And I can't. I'm watching the interview with him and his teammate. It was a few weeks ago, and I'm like, I could just tell. That God, who is his teammate now? I'm trying to think of his fucking name. Anyways, he was just sitting there like, I fucking hate. You could see in his eyes, like, I don't want to be. This guy's a piece of shit. I don't want to be around him, involved with him. But they're paying me a lot of money to do this, so I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth and be his teammate and say good things about him without any conviction. Because that's what he did. He was like, pumping Bubba up, and it was like the most rehearsed, recorded shit ever in history. I'm like, Someone needs Pook. You need to talk to Bubba about getting vaxxed. All right. Maybe
Well,
he'll
Vinny,
have maybe he'll have a fucking heart attack, so we all stop dealing with this bullshit.
Dude, I'm chomping at the bit to get my 9th vax. My
I know you
pharmacist
are,
says
brother.
gotta
I
wait
know. I
6
know there's a
months,
shortage
man.
right now, But anyways, moving
6 months. I gotta wait
Next
6 months.
slide.
I can't wait 6 months. I need my
on.
vax.
Hey, he won at Knoxville again. What the?
Again, his second time in 3 years.
All
He's
right,
only
so
the 8th person to have multiple wins at Knoxville.
World of Outlaws
This
are.
is the guy that does this racing part-time.
Yeah.
Now, the wildest part is that he's won almost 25% of the outlaw races he runs.
Yeah.
1 out of 4, he's the winner. So it's
That's where he
outrageous.
cut his teeth, right? Like he cut his teeth in dirt racing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not a shocking thing, but
I mean, that's the peak of the sport is outlaw racing.
oh well, yeah. And for those of you who don't know, outlaws are midgets. Midgets are basically a 4 wheels and an engine and just enough room for some fuel and a human being. And then they throw wings on them, and that's World of Outlaws. So these guys,
I mean, the sprint cars, there are longer wheelbase.
yeah, but
It takes away the twitchiness of the midgets.
it's still a fucking engine with 4 wheels and a wing.
It's an engine with 4 wheels on it. It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I mean, when these guys still even the sprints, you see multiple guys at the start lift, like the front of the wheel because the engine's just going so hard. I love World of Outlaws. So many good memories of going to races, watching Hale's Corners.
Yeah.
A couple other tracks around there that we went to. Loving Sammy Swindell. Who's my favorite guy? I can't remember.
Steve Kinzer.
Kinzer. Yeah, wasn't he the one who got a guy out of the race by pointing at his tire, saying he had a flat tire?
Yeah.
He got a flat tire and he pulled off and it wasn't flat. He just wanted him out of his way. Like, oh, what a dick. I mean, the first time I met him, he was already half of the bag. It was like 45 minutes after the race and he smashed. I'm like, wow, that's okay. Hey, I mean, what you do is insanely dangerous. We had a very good friend. I think like a week or two before, or maybe it was that weekend. Remember that kid that when we recorded it flipped like 17 and a half times at Hale's Corners, and you did a whole feature on his recovery on Channel 18. Yeah, I think it was that weekend, and it's like, oh God. I get it. Like you're doing batshit crazy, dangerous shit, and you're probably going to be a little bit open to blowing off steam. So yeah, but keep going, Pops.
All right, next slide. Oh, Kyle Larson also reveals his cards for the double.
He's going to do the double?
He's going to do the double.
I love it.
Hendrick Cars Incorporated is sponsoring him. He's going to be driving a McLaren car, which is the same thing as what Pato is driving. So he's going to have capable equipment. He's got total funding to do the practice and whatever he needs to do to get up to speed.
Gotta ask you this, Pops. Because IndyCar is spec chassis, right? They all buy Dallara, right? Is that okay? So what is McLaren's involvement in IndyCar as far as like they don't do an engine, right?
They're a team.
They're just a team. So where they get their engine from?
They have Chevrolet engines.
Okay. All right. So McLaren is just in it with the name, and
no, they're just an operator.
All right. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's the same way, and it's the same way in Formula One. They're an operator.
Right. They buy the engine, they buy the chassis from somebody else. Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, those are sharp. I like the IndyCar better. I think it looks a lot. Oh, I mean, I prefer.
It's got the McLaren colors to it.
Yeah,
but it's got the blue also of the Hendrick cars. So
yeah,
that's and they just added the orange to the NASCAR car because it was basically just white and blue before.
These guys
now
look like
they've added the orange to it because it's part of McLaren.
What'd you
say? These guys look like they're Broncos fans.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. All right. yeah, but I don't know. I like the IndyCar version a little bit better, but it is what it is.
It'll be interesting just to see. But that wraps us up for the weekend. I mean, there's stuff going on, but like I said, the Paloux deal is still going crazy because of the contract issue, but that's going to be fought for a while. And our hero from Formula One and Mercedes still hasn't signed his contract for next year, but eventually it will happen.
I guess Pook's got to say goodbye to his girl.
I think so.
Okay. All right. To baseball. And the MLB standings as they are. Start out with the American League. The feel-good story of the year. Well, there's a couple at the start of the year. You know, the Pittsburgh Pirates were one of those, but
they went. What the hell happened to them?
They got sunk. They got sunk like it was going out of style. But one of the feel-good stories of this year has been the Baltimore Orioles. They're in first place, 72-45, .615 winning percentage. Got a plus 63 run differential, 64 in the last 10. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays, remember the start they had? Woo!
Yeah.
Record-breaking start. Are now 2.5 games back.
Yeah, but that's still.
No, but they just lost another starting pitcher. So that's 3.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's 3 this year these guys have lost. And that bullpen's going to implode very soon. It's already kind of showing signs of that already. They still do have a plus 139 run differential or 5.5 in the last 10. The Blue Jays, who got schwacked the first 2 games against my beautiful Chicago Cubs. They are in third place, 7.5 games back, 6-4 in the last 10. They got plus 59 run differential. All these teams in the American League, you know what they have in common, Pops?
They're all above 500.
They're all above 500.
It's outrageous. The whole East is like, what the hell?
Yeah, the only division in baseball with every team over 500. The Boston Red Sox.
I mean, we go the other way. There's some of them that don't have anybody above 500. So
well, yeah, the Twins are a little bit better, but yeah, you were right about a week or two ago on that one for sure. Boston Red Sox 62-56. They're 62-56.
Yeah,
and they're 10.5 games back. Plus 29 run differential, 5.5 in the last 10. The New York Yankees.
Well, what the hell happened to them?
A lot of bad decisions.
This is why I tune in. This is why I show up for Sports Church Yankee Talk every week. This is it.
Because I never talk about the Yankees.
Man, you know about the Yankees. You love the Yankees.
No, I hate them. That's why you troll me with this shit all the time.
No,
you know it. No, I hate them. I hate them.
The Yankees are forever in the tabernacle of your heart.
There is something seriously wrong with you, man. Like
lies. Oh, lies.
But yeah.
Let me ask you, could you spend 20 minutes talking about Murderers Row?
No.
Okay. All right. Maybe.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yes, you could. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Well, it's just baseball lore, man. I mean, you love baseball. You have to respect Murderers Row, man. I mean, come on. They even had it in my favorite movie of all time, which I'm sorry to have a hard time coming up. The Sandlot. Yeah. It even comes up in that. But yeah, Yankees, man, 60-58, +1, 4-6 in their last 10. They got +1 run differential. They keep getting hurt. One of their pitchers, the guy who pitched the perfect game this year, Dominic German, guess what happened to him?
What?
About 3 weeks after he pitched a perfect game, he shows up to work shit-faced.
Oh, wonderful.
Gets in a fight in the clubhouse, basically gets released and sent to rehab. This piece of shit was at an event, a charity event amongst a bunch of Yankees to raise money for fucking who knows.
Yeah.
And allegedly was caught screaming with his wife. Then they go home and the cops show up. Well, it was then his fiance. And the cops show up and arrest him. Homeboy's got a drinking problem. But Judgy's back. The judge, the guy who broke Roger Maris's single season home run record in the American League. Yeah.
Yankee talk.
He's back. He's back on with a fucking busted up foot, but apparently he's not hitting really well, but he's hitting a couple dingers. But I think since he's come back, he's batting like 185. It's no bueno. I think they should have shut him down, like we talked about a month ago. Like they just shut him down for the year on a lost season already for the Yankees. A very lost season. So, all right, today, American League Central, the Minnesota Twins are above 500. They're above 500. 4 games above 500, Pops. Yeah. They're the only team in the fucking division with a plus run differential and an above 500 record. So they're going to eke their way in the playoffs and lose in the first fucking series that they play in. Because that's what the Minnesota Twins do. Your city sucks. Your state is boring. You got too many fucking mosquitoes. Fuck off. They're plus 39 run differential, 6-4 in their last 10. The Cleveland Guardians, who just can't seem to score a run, obviously.
Well, that's because they don't know what their team is.
Well, that doesn't help. You know what the run you know what the run differential is as of today?
I would love to hear Mike Egan talking about the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh God!
Mike was their TV.
Yeah, for years. Yeah,
TV guy for years and years and years, and he would do the Brewers radio, and Mike didn't hold anything back. No, he did not. Guess what the Cleveland Guardians run differential is? Pook.
That's the wrong guy, bro.
Just guess. Plus or minus. Just, like, for instance, the division leader, the Minnesota Twins, are a plus 39 run differential. What do you think the Cleveland Guardians run differential is?
It's less than 1 and better than -1.
It's less than 1 and better than -1.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got to be a 0 then, right?
0! Remember that Pook cap?
I didn't think Pook followed baseball.
Remember that Pook? Remember that? And Pook cap? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0!
Freeze. Yeah. I think anyone that freaking ever stepped on the yellow footprints that's listening to this knows that one.
0. Yeah, they're the 0 run differential. So, okay. The Tigers, the White Sox, they suck. The White Sox blew up their team. They didn't blow up as much as I wanted them to. We showed the fight between Ramirez and Tim Anderson. I'm never so happy to see somebody get melted on my life. Never been so happy. Fuck Tim Anderson. Tim. Fuck that dude. If he was on the Cubs, I would stop being a Cubs fan. I hate that dude so much. Kansas City Royals. Whoo, man, fighting with the Oakland Athletics for last place, or for that first draft pick, 38 and 81. Oh God, that's hard to see.
Oh, but they've got a five game lead on the Athletics. So
yeah, I know. A minus 160 run differential of 4-6 in the last 10 to the NL West, which is getting, well, ladies and gentlemen, a little interesting. The Texas Rangers have been on fire most of the season, just recently acquiring Max Scherzer from the New York Mets. They are 70-48 plus 181 run differential, 8-2 in their last 10. They're getting some, but the Houston Astros are right on their tail, 68-51, 2.5 games back, plus 86 run differential, 6-4 in the last 10. Mariners are trying to climb back into this, trying to get that last wild card spot. They're 63-53 plus 60 run differential, 8-2 in their last 10. Getting hot. Now, Seattle is one of the preseason favorites to win that division. It hasn't turned out so much. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, with two of the best players in Major League Baseball, are now back under 500. They went and traded for a couple of guys. They didn't move Shohei Ohtani. And Martin Moreno is a fucking retard. I said it. He's a retard. Like, yeah, dumb. Thought he was going to make a run at it. He's going to lose Shohei and get fuck all for it. So, good move. And guess what?
I mean, they're not going to be able to keep him.
No.
So they get $0 for him, right?
Yeah, they get zero fucking shit. Yeah, they get nothing. And guess what? He's trying to sell the team. And if Shohei's gone,
they got no value.
Yeah, exactly. How do you sell the fucking team? This guy is a complete fucking idiot. How do you make his money? How do you make this much money to buy a baseball team and be this stupid? I have no fucking clue. He just maybe listen to some people that are just got.
Wait a minute. Is that the team they're trying to get to Vegas?
No, that's the next team I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
The Oakland Athletics are 33-85. They're 37 games back from the Texas Rangers. They have guess what their run differential is?
Oh, negative.
It's negative, but guess what it is? Pook, just throw a fucking number out. So the worst
negative 28.
No. Sorry. So second highest negative run differential in Major League Baseball, or third, excuse me, it's the second highest in the American League, is the Kansas City Royals at minus 160. Okay. Oakland Athletics are a lot more than that. So take a guess. Just stab.
Hey, so multiply 70 by 4.
Can you do that, Pook? Can you multiply 70 by 4? What does that give you?
And then add 4 more.
284.
They have a negative 284 run differential. Oh, and my guy, I'm praying and hoping that we can get this guy on Sports Church in the off season, because they wouldn't dare try during the baseball season because homeboy's too busy. You know, he's Dallas Braden of the Oakland Athletics, and baseball is dead. By the way, if you want to see a cool video, and I should have put the link in here, go to Baseball Doesn't Exist on YouTube.
Yeah.
And go to their latest video. It's all about Dallas Braden, who pitched the 19th perfect game in Major League Baseball history on fucking Mother's Day, like a fucking gangster. But it's a great video. It tells a whole story about Dallas Braden, who is the Oakland Athletics color commentator, which is a fucking brutal fucking position to be in. But God bless him. He always does it great. Check him out on Twitter too. He's hilarious. To the National League. No surprise here. The Atlanta Braves are on top of the National League East at 75-41.
Yeah, they're ruling the world is what they're doing.
Oh yeah, plus 184 run differential, 6-4 in their last 10. But the Philadelphia Phillies, they've been getting a little hot. They're still 11.5 back, but they're well within that range of that wild card spot. Right now, they're sitting in first. Kind of first rung, that first wild card spot.
Yeah.
And they're getting hot and they're getting people back. Oh, by the way, they pitched a no-hitter the other day.
Philly did?
Yes. Philly did. It was pretty cool. Michael Lorenzen pitched a no-hitter. Let's see if I can find the video. Yeah, it was going to be let's see if I can find it. I'm Not Crying, You're Crying award this week goes to, So this guy gets traded from the Detroit Tigers to the Philadelphia Phillies. Throws a no-no. He was in the All-Star game, but according to some people, he didn't deserve to be there because of the one person per team rule the MLB has. You know, you got to send somebody, so they sent Michael Lorenzen. But this is video of his family after the no-no has been thrown. If I can just get to the damn thing. There you go.
One more pitch, he's saying. One more pitch.
Here we go. Here it is.
The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Rojas sprinting in, he's under it. He has space, makes the catch, and Michael Lorenzen has thrown the 14th no-hitter in Philadelphia Phillies history.
Oh, awesome. Look at his mom.
He's being mobbed by his teammates as the Phillies shut out the Nationals 7-0.
There's the wife with the baby.
Yep.
Ah! Awesome for him, man. Good. You know, fucking hard that is to do. That's awesome. Good for him. Good for Michael Lorenz. Hasn't really pitched really well lately, but
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the things to back up where that came from.
Yeah. Let's see here. Going back to the standings. Miami Marlins hanging in there, man. They're still above 500, 62-57. They got a -40 run differential. They won 2 in a row. They're 4-6 in their last 10, though. This team just doesn't have enough ammunition to compete. They got a lot of good young studs. They got that Reeves who was flirting with 400. Not going to happen. Guy's batting like 381 now, and nobody's ever going to do that.
I don't care what anybody says. 381 is a monster.
Oh yeah. This on-base percentage is fucking insane. And then you know the Washington Nationals, who got a little hot lately. They're 7-3 in the last 10. They got a -89 run differential, but they're still so fucking far out of it. It's ridiculous. And the New York Mets. What's up, Alyssa? What's up, Combs? She sent me shit the other day about the Cubs losing the series to the Mets, and so I didn't notice it until yesterday when the Braves beat them 21-3. And she goes, "How about those Mets?" And I sent her back that picture of the score of the Mets getting beat 23-3 or 21-3. Yeah, she didn't reply. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Your team is in fuck all last place. You traded away your 2 best players. Don't even come at me, sister. I love you, but I love you to death. With baseball, I get a little nasty when you come at me with some bullshit. To the NL Central. The Milwaukee Brewers, we talked about a little bit earlier, and their stadium issues. Hey, they're hanging in there. They're winning. They're 7-3 in their last 10, 65 and 54 overall. Got a +6 run differential.
I'm still trying to figure this out. Is the league really trying to push the Brewers out, or are the Brewers trying to get the league to take the blame?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think both things could be true at the same time, honestly. I mean, you know, Milwaukee struggled financially for a very long time.
Yeah.
And that new stadium, which was new when I was still in the Marine Corps. It's full and they haven't kept it up. So I think it's a threat to the ownership group to get your shit together, fix your damn stadium a little bit up, and we'll see. You know, we talked about it earlier on where they could go. I think it would be a travesty if the Brewers were to be relocated from Milwaukee.
I mean, but Milwaukee the city has to understand the situation. They've already lost the Braves.
Yeah.
They got the Pilots and made them the Brewers.
Yeah. But
I mean, do you really want to go through that again?
No, but if the city doesn't have the money, they don't have the money. So an alternative could be is offer the Brewers up for sale for somebody to come in with enough money to fix the stadium up and improve the team. Who that person is, I don't know, but there's a lot of billionaires out there.
Does Cole still own the Bucks? I
don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know. That's a pterodactyl question.
I mean,
he would know.
You got Herb Cole. You got the U-Lines, the former Paps people.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
There's money. There's enough money there to keep them there.
Sure.
They just got to find the right person.
Absolutely. And hopefully they do that.
And that could be easy to do. I mean, really easy to do.
Yeah, I think it's all.
But I don't think we got that type of person in politics in Milwaukee.
No, they're all shit. But it is what it is. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they do turn. I mean, they're hot right now. Like I said, 7-3 in their last 10. But right on their heels, baby. Woo! Chicago Cubbies.
Give me a break. They're 4 games back.
3.5. 3.5. That's nothing, Pops. That's a fucking series. That's nothing. That's nothing. And they got a plus 64 run differential, 6-4 in their last 10. Your Cincinnati Reds, 61-58, 4 games back, minus 23 run differential, and still the worst starting pitching ERA in Major League Baseball. Just saying. And they're 2-8 in their last 10. Not trending in the right direction, Reds. However,
come on, Cincinnati.
The Pittsburgh Pirates. The rest of NL Central is almost not worth mentioning. But the Pittsburgh Pirates 53-64, they're minus 83 run differential.
St. Louis shows how fast you can fall.
Yeah, 5-5 in the last 10. St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, this how much this makes me happy. It makes me happy. Suck it, Cardinal fans. Your city sucks. It's boring. Your stupid arch just needs to fall the fuck down. They're 52-66, minus 28 run differential. They're 5-5 in their last 10, and nobody fucking cares. They did unload some stuff at some people at the trade deadline, but the guys that we expected to move possibly didn't move. It's going to be a rough couple years for Cardinal fans. At least another year. Like, I don't think they're going to be competitive until 2025, but I don't think they'll be in last place next year, but they won't.
I just think they need some help with steroids.
Well, maybe.
That's how they got out of the last mess.
Maybe. To the NL West. Los Angeles Dodgers are finally pulling away and making it kind of a joke at this point. Yep. 71-46 plus the 136 run differential, second best in the National League. They're 9-1 in their last 10. San Francisco Giants are trying to hang in there with them, which is a surprise. This is kind of a boring team with not a lot of big stars on it, a lot of veteran placeholders and whatnot, but still hanging in there. They're still in a fight for a playoff spot. Yep. I mean, if you look at it, they're 63-55. That puts them ahead of the Cubs.
Yep.
It puts them ahead of the Miami Marlins, so they just might get it, if you were to start everything today. But a little bit of downturn, only 4-6 in the last 10. The Diamondbacks, the Darlings, in first place for quite a while this season. They have just fucking imploded. They have imploded. They're 59-59. They're exactly 500, 2-8 in their last 10, minus 22 run differential. I think that young club, I mean, look, this is not going to happen, Diamondbacks fans. I know you play for rings in the desert there, but it's not going to happen this year. However,
they got squat for a home field advantage.
Yeah.
They got squat for a being away advantage.
Yeah.
They're basically even all the way around. They don't find any advantage to doing anything.
Yeah, and but like I was getting at is watch out next year and the year after. I think the Diamondbacks are going to be up and coming. The San Diego Padres, the biggest fucking disappointment in Major League Baseball history. The amount of money that these dudes have spent on this team and got
are they
fuck all the
playing in LA now or what?
No, San Diego still plays in San Diego, but they're 58-62.
Mini, real quick. Imagine while you're talking about this, imagine they spent that kind of money when they had that talent and they had that farm system back when we were fans.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. But yeah, they are a fucking joke. They're a joke. All the preseason talk about how awesome they're going to be and win the World Series is a foregone conclusion. Yeah. And I seriously think I wish Doc was here, but in my opinion, like too many stars, nobody wants to be the man.
Yeah.
And you've got to have a guy that runs that fucking clubhouse, and they don't have a guy that runs that clubhouse. Nobody knows where they are, what the roles are. There's no accountability. Despite having two of their number one, number two pitchers from like June 1st till now having the best ERA, in baseball, they still managed to lose ground to the fucking Dodgers. They're 3-7 or less 10. It's fucking a joke. Like, if I was the owner, I'd be disappearing people. I would be disappearing people. Hey, yeah, Ted, you've done a good job here as baseball operations. I need you to go on this boat with this Italian friend of mine out to this lake, and, don't worry about it. Pop. Throw him in the lake. Fucking unbelievable. Man, I can't imagine. Like, if I had that money and threw that much money in a team and they were doing that, I'd be swinging baseball bats in the fucking clubhouse like a fucking lunatic. Like, you motherfuckers, figure this shit out. Like, I got all you locked. I got 5 of you locked up for the next 8 years. I'm paying you together $1.3 billion. And you can't fucking win me baseball games? Fine. I'm going to see what your inside your head looks like. Because you're taking my money and you're fucking me. So I'm going to be a little pissed off. But that's why I don't own a baseball team and don't have that kind of money. Anyways.
You'd be in prison, Manny.
Yeah. Rules for thee, not for me. I don't know. I was a billionaire. I don't know if I go to prison. Anyways. Colorado Rockies at the bottom of the heap in the National League. 45-73. Minus 180 run differential.
Proved that you can get away with a bunch of shit.
Yeah. 3-7. Yeah, thank you, Pops. 3-7 or less 10. They are fucking atrocious. Guess what? I've talked about the Baines meter here a bunch, and that's a Baseball is Dead podcast thing. Put on by the J Hate Kid. You can follow him on Twitter. Please do so. So the Baines meter is Harold Baines got in the Hall of Fame with a career WAR of 38.8, which means over his career of, I think, 20 years, he gave his teams 38.8 extra wins above the Major League average in his fucking career. Well, somebody passed him last week. Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers, the outfielder. Bats left, throws right, has now a career 39.4 WAR.
Wow.
Now, Harold Baines had 9,908 bats. How many do you think it took Christian Yelich to pass him?
No idea.
5,154. Fucking half.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Fucking joke. Fucking Harold Baines is in the Hall of Fame. Fucking fucking believable. This guy's the thing. But check out Baseball is Dead. Check out the J Hate Kid on Twitter. He's the one who does it every week. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's lots of Major League Baseball players starting to actually pay attention to their career wars so they can see if they get on the Baseball is Dead podcast and pass Harold Baines on the career WAR meter. What else happened in baseball? Oh, Bobby Witt did something that nobody else has done. I don't know if you know who this guy is, Bobby Witt Jr. First player in Major League Baseball history with 20-plus home runs and 30-plus steals in consecutive seasons ever. So that's pretty cool. Good for him. What else? Let's see here that I have here that I want to show. Oh, a couple videos to show you. We're going to go a wee bit long, but I think this is one of the coolest catches ever. Let's see if I can fucking pause it in time so it starts when I need it to start. Okay. I need to figure out how to blow this up. How do I blow it up? How do I blow it up? It won't blow up. Damn it. I don't know if you guys can see it then, though. That's the problem. Damn it. Let's see if it happens. No. There's no. Hopefully you guys can see this.
We'll put it out there. Let's see.
It's really small.
If we can't see it, we'll tell you we can't see it.
There you go.
I can't see it.
All right.
We can see that.
Okay. So Fernando Tatis hits a fucking bomb, right?
Yeah.
There goes Rodriguez.
Oh, wow. And he didn't time that right either.
And he's just
he
playing
was way
off.
early on the jump.
He's playing off. That's a home run. Pitcher takes it on. He's like, got it, bitch. Love that guy. Love him. Great job on him. Good job, dude. There was something else I wanted to show. A couple videos I want to show, actually. I'm trying to see if this is it. Go to the X. No, that is not what I wanted. Oh, let's see here. Hold on with me. Yeah, did that. Oh, this is yeah, should I do it? Should I switch gears a little bit? I guess I got to switch gears a little bit. This is this is big. This is the US Women's World Soccer team.
Yeah.
Who was going to set their record to, win their, I don't know how many World Cups are. I think it was maybe their fourth, right? And they fucking choked.
Yes.
Right in the middle of Nike. This stupid.
Yes.
Woman.
We all agree.
Oh, biggest choke in sports history. And this guy's really upset. Whoever put this out, I can't remember who put this out. I wish I could give him credit, but
soccer team.
He's not happy.
What the fuck happened? We turned into 3-2 in PKs, put one in net, and it is ball game. Instead, we're sending it into the 14th row and smiling about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
This is no laughing matter. But to follow it up, the USA goalie is on her head. So the USA still has this one in the bag. Nice and easy here. Just tap one in and move on to the next round. You gotta be shitting me. A lot of drama surrounding this team coming in.
I mean, that's gotta be.
I can't believe what I'm watching. But Sweden still has to knock theirs in, and they get the job done, and we're all tied up. And I mean, does USA want to win at this point? If Sweden scores, Sweden wins. What a save! Is it good? We don't know. They go to the replay booth, and that's all she's gonna.
The biggest choke in sports history.
Yep.
Question mark? Hey, what's up, Raymond? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Christian Bell. Array's batting average is 365. All right. Well, I guess he's dropped a little bit. Oh, Chris, he just sent me a video in the chat that shows the A season. Okay. Which chat? Sports Church? Oh. Okay. All right. You guys want to see? Yeah. So Pops, you mentioned it earlier. The Oakland Athletics are allegedly moving to Las Vegas, which isn't going to do a fucking thing for them. They're going to suck just as bad as the Raiders, but
they're going to have fans in the stands.
Are they?
They don't have.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. You say so. I think. I think they're going to have comps in the stands.
Well,
I don't know how many fans they're going to have.
All the casinos are going to buy the big tickets, and they comp these people and send them to the game.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good way to run a franchise, but we'll see. So, according to Christian Bedwall, our favorite Terminal E3 in the Canadian military, sent us a video that sums up the entire A season in 34 seconds. Okay.
Doesn't this guy's leg get tired? Oh,
look at that play by the pitcher. Nobody. What is he doing? He never went to the bag. He never threw it to Soderstrom.
Okay, if you didn't see that, I'm going to play it again for you. All he's got to do is toss the ball to the first baseman.
He never threw it to Soderstrom. What is he doing? Look at that play by the pitcher. Nobody. What is he doing? He never went to the bag. He never threw it to Soderstrom. And I tell you, Eric Young Jr. is screaming in delight at Vargas for hustling. He made a great play to glove that ball and then forgot to make the rest of the play.
24-year-old pitcher who just lost his brain here for a second.
That's just the worst
golly.
shit. That's horrible, right?
Dead. Everybody's got brain farts, but
that's ninja level bad. Like, that's horrible, man. Like, what are you doing?
Number one, he thought the batter saw him catch the ball. He's not going to run. Why would he run to first?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Jesus. All right, so this is one of my boys, people. This is one of my boys. This is Javi Baez, part of the 2016 World Series champion Chicago Cubs. And this is what this dude has ended up looking like on. I mean, it's a joke. All right, you guys ready? You see where the catcher's. You see where the catcher's setting up?
Yeah.
Okay. He swung at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He literally did that. He literally swung at that. Like, what a fucking joke he has become. Like, Jesus, what are you even doing up there, bro? Like, my God.
I mean, unless the guy can throw a 36-inch screwball, he had no chance to get into that ball.
No, none at all. None at all. We talked about now. Yeah, I don't want to play that one. That's not as good as I thought it was. Let's see here. I know I got one more. Is it Sarah Lang on here? Yeah, it's a cool little tweet by Sarah Lang, former researcher for baseball. Tonight on ESPN, she's dealing with ALS, which is a fucking killer.
Right.
It's a 100% death sentence. You'll see me next week. I should have my baseball's best t-shirt on. Hopefully, I'll probably wear it over my Friar costume. But there are identical twins in Major League Baseball. And this is what they've done this year. Kind of crazy. Taylor and Tyler. Taylor has a 2.52 ERA. Tyler has a 2.5 ERA.
Wow.
Taylor has 46 Ks. Tyler has 45 Ks. Taylor has a 1.09 whip. Tyler has a 1.09 whip. One's a left-handed flamethrower. The other one's a submariner. So go figure. But that's one of the reasons why baseball is just the fucking best, people.
Who are they playing for?
One of them plays for the Orioles. I can't remember who the other one plays for. But let me show you. Let's see. Is this the other one I was looking for? Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I gotta start this over again. But it is worth watching. You guys will enjoy this. Okay. So Jordan West just debuted for the Baltimore Orioles the other day, and his boys, this would be Pook if I was fucking, back in the day, if I got a call. Hey, you're gonna go play Major League. This would be Pook in the background with a bunch of fucking ammo company guys. But here we go. Funniest Major League Baseball debut ever.
Westberg just had one of the funniest Major League debuts you'll ever see. His friends bought tickets right behind home plate just so they could scream at him and troll him during his first Major League at-bat ever. When he was about to come to the plate for the first time, it started pouring. He was about to see his first pitch, and the pitch clam was working. While they were trying to fix it, it started raining even harder. Hundreds of fans began leaving their seats, meaning the stadium was practically empty besides his friends and family. He went down in the count 0-2, but began battling back, hyping up his friends, who began pumping up the crowd and screaming at him even more. Then the pitch calm broke again. It started raining even harder, and his own manager was losing it because he thought the game should be delayed. Then he took ball 3, causing his friends to get the few people who stayed in their seats to start chanting his name. With the whole crowd chanting his name, he took a 3-2 pitch for his first walk as his family went crazy. Jordan Westberg just had one of the funniest Major League debuts you'll ever see.
How cool is that? I love it.
Oh, kind of neat.
Oh, I got one more, I think, to play here. Let's see here. Oh, there was just a little, if your wife's an athlete too, try not to talk too much shit to her. Mine is not, so I can talk all kinds of shit to my wife about sports because she's never fucking done anything. I love her to death, but she's never been a competitive athlete at any level whatsoever. But just for a little laugh, here is Well, make sure your woman's not an athlete. You try and show her up because she's going to show you up. So watch this. Boom! Yard! Boom. And she... You didn't hear it, but she said, fuck yeah! Just smoked her left-handed pitching husband, so that was pretty cool. Got one more, I think, in here for you guys. Oh, yeah, it's Little League World Series. Pretty cool play here. I want to show you guys. Stop. Turn on the volume. I wish I could just rapid fire these guys in here, but it isn't what it is. What it is. But here we go.
Give me sex, watch on my wrist, out of date, but it's Rolex. Grizzly up next, I'm up now, stop your bullet, that's 550.
Oh! Did he make the catch?
Oh, yeah, he made the catch.
Hit the store and get some rubber bands,
Look,
let's get straight to it. Everybody come together, everybody got to play together too. So if you steal it, fall on you, we on your ass. Hey, your mans, call his mans, make sure they ain't moving fast. Soon as they touch that left.
Nice. What an F. Yeah. Clear the fence.
Yeah.
Just cleared it jumping. Unbelievable fucking play, man. I loved it. I got one more I want to do before I think we get out of here. And this is just kind of funny. Actually, there's two more, but be patient with me. It takes a little bit to but this actually happened to Major League Baseball game this week, and it counted. So you guys ever heard of a butt single?
A bunt single?
No, butt
single.
Butt. Well,
no idea what the hell a butt single is.
All right, are you ready? Is it up there?
Yep.
All right.
That is smoked into right field for a base hit. 80 to third. They're going to put the brakes on him there as the throw quickly.
First Major League Baseball butt single in history. Use his ass. Boom.
I don't know the ball was in play after hit your ass. I thought you'd be taking a base. That ain't how it works.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a joke, but
okay, bro. I was
I was thinking he hit the butt of the bat.
Yeah. No, that's happened before. There's guys, you get inside pitch sometimes and try and buck out and they kick the handle out and it hits the handle and goes into fair play and then that's a fair ball. That's a little bit of a joke. Christian Benoit balls. Jim Harbaugh's suspension has been lifted and will coach all games for Michigan. I'm so happy for that. You have no idea. I'm about as happy as that if I walked in the doctor's office and they gave me a cancer diagnosis, Chris. Fuck Michigan. Fuck Jim Harbaugh.
I like Jim Harbaugh.
Fuck him.
I like Jim Harbaugh.
Well, good for you. I mean, everybody needs, special fucking special people to root for. And I guess he's special. All right, last one. And this is just a little funny thing, a little baseball. And Michelle has already asked me if I was interested in coaching. I am not at all interested in coaching baseball to little kids. I've done it before, and I'm not a very patient man, so I'm not really good with that kind of shit. But who knows what's going to happen. But if I do, and I have to go talk to my pitcher on the mound, this is probably what it's going to sound a lot like. So let me load it up for you because I'm a bit of a smartass, and we all know this. So
there's going to be an Amber Alert out for you before the end of this game. Did your dad ever play catch with you when you were younger? Do you have Unamas more better in you? Dude, you better figure out when soccer tryouts are. No pressure. But if you don't strike this kid out, I'm going to fill your pockets full of meatballs and throw you in a piranha pond. I texted me and you're cut. You better hope that Trump doesn't start deporting lousy pitchers because you're going to be the first one to go.
Like I'm just saying I got to suffer through this, you're going to suffer through this. Like I'm going to throw shit at you that's going to probably hurt your soul a little bit. Hey, I gave you the ball, put you on the fucking mound, What are you doing to me? You're killing me, Smalls. But hopefully it'll come to that. You know who's a bigger baseball nut right now? Take a guess. Between my two kids. Edith.
Really?
Oh, she's a fucking maniac. Well, every time anybody, if I'm not holding her, Michelle's not holding her, we're watching. We watch baseball all the time here. We're baseball family, and we love our football too. But baseball is king. NFL is a very close second, but it is not number one. So there's always baseball on in this house. The 5 TVs we have in here, there's baseball somewhere. And she's chilling with her uncle or grandpa. They're watching baseball. She's chilling with me. We're watching baseball. Yeah, she's a lunatic. As soon as you turn it on and she look, you can. I tried this to think if it was just like, just something on the TV that she wanted to see. Right. So I turned the baseball off, switched to the streaming service, and she looked at me and started crying. So I turned it back off. I put the Reds game back on, and she was like,
I'm happy.
Happy as shit. And I'm like, oh, and she's going to her first baseball game on Tuesday, courtesy of her grandpa.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Going with grandpa and mom. Me and grandma are going to hang out on her birthday here and have some celebratory dinner and maybe some drinks. Yeah. I keep a bottle of bourbon for grandma. Because she likes a little bourbon and Coke every once in a while. So I got her some, or whiskey and Coke. I got her some Jameson Black Barrel. So that's pretty good. Other than that,
some Captain Morgan, she'll like that too.
Yeah, you and the Captain Morgans, man.
That's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I'll give you that. All right. Without further ado, we need to close this out. We have gone long, but that's okay. Hopefully Doc will be back next week. And nice. And if you're out there and you're listening, we need a new NFL guru. So if you're a veteran who's interested in doing a little podcasting / live streaming and you want to take a shot, we'd love to have you aboard and bring you a part of the team. So me and Kyle's don't have to take care of that. But and another note, fantasy football draft, Pook, September 3rd, 7:30 on the show. Okay. First Sunday in August, or first Sunday in September. Right. And we're going to be going up to 12 teams because Tim Latore is going to join us. Remember Tim? Yeah. And Lunchbox is going to join us as well. So, another note, Labor Day, I'll be getting roasted at Dean Cerny's residence up in Ohio. It's a few hours away from me. Details will follow. Everybody's more than welcome to come. I think next weekend we'll kind of make the final post about that as everything is finalized. Please come check out that show. They're going to be roasting me on the bar Saturday night. That Saturday night before Labor Day, live on air. So we're going to have a bunch of people come out and roast me, which should be fun for them. And other than that, remember, never take a excuse me.
and get your mouth clear before you start talking.
Yeah, right. Never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. I know we're not great at asking for them or seeking them out, but they are out there, and you don't even need to go there. You just need to hit a brother up or sister, and hey, I need to talk. I just need to vent. I need to release some shit. And that's all you really need to do to quiet the demons is to just let them out and let them fly. And they're gone. And they don't have as much power on you as you think they do. They really don't. So other than that, I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing out the show. Thank you to my co-hosts, Brother Bishop Pook Dawg and Father Pops, still wearing that Reds gear. But anyways, you did a great job, both of you guys today. I appreciate it so much. Pook, final thoughts.
Well, I just can't. You see what I got underneath my little name there. I can't wait to eat some of this lab-grown meat. They're saving the planet, and
are they saving the planet?
Yeah. Cows are a problem. We know this. We know cows are
lies. All lies.
Thank God they're reducing the agriculture, and the Dutch are reducing their agriculture, and they're getting that down where it needs to be, where we
Lighten up, Francis.
I'm gonna be one of the first kids to try this lab grown meat. I'm gonna save the planet one lab grown meat piece at a time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I just want to see it.
It's going to happen whether we want it to.
Are you good? Are you good, Pook? Are you good? Are you good on that? Remember,
I'm going to save the planet. I'm going to save the planet.
Okay.
I'm going to get my next vax. That's going to help with that. I'm going to be eating this meat, this lab grown meat. It's going to be good. Bill Gates.
When are you going to get your Pfizer tattoo, bro?
I don't know.
I got you on that one.
Well, here's the thing. I've thought about a Pfizer tattoo. I'm actually
on your forehead.
No, I'm actually gonna get a Fauci tattue.
Oh, you got an Fauci tattoo?
Yeah, he's holding up his arms like.
We're gonna put it right in your chest, like a big fucking thing, like him holding a bunch of money in one hand and a syringe in the other, just like right across your chest like that, like boom, like yeah. The Fauci ouchie, bitch. I'm fully vaxxed, and I'm not even dead.
It'd be a beautiful piece of art if I could do that. I'd leave the money thing out. That's not good.
Oh,
put a halo around him instead of the money. We'll put a halo around Dr.
A halo? Oh yeah,
he's the science.
He's a patron saint of bullshit, right?
He's the science.
Oh,
all right, you want to argue the science? You do not want to deny the science now? Is that what we're doing? We're denying the science.
We're denying the science. I'm denying the science.
All right, yeah. No wonder you're on Rumble. That's all I have to say.
Oh,
the science denier. Denying the science.
Oh, shit. All right. Pop.
Get yourself an electric car, Mini. Start eating the lab grown meat.
Oh.
And get some
lies. Oh, lies!
Get vaxxed.
Get vaxxed.
Get vaxxed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Squirrel
was pretty spot on. When you're at a point where you just don't see things going for your future, all you gotta do is talk to a buddy about it.
Yep.
Because you'd be surprised. Just getting it off your chest will release you, and you got to talk it out. You really got to, because it's when you take that fatal step, there is no coming back, and there's so much more to live for here than you can ever really think about. So give it a shot. Don't give up. Take the hard road. You'll come out of it.
Yeah, nothing ever good has been accomplished by taking the easy route. And as veterans, we should fucking know that. We fucking we joined the military, and it's a fucking shit show from start to finish. I don't care what branch, I don't care what your job is. It's a fucking shit show, and we loved it. It was great. We were young, we were crazy. It fucking made sense. It was still a shit show, but we loved it.
Yeah.
And we need to take care of our brothers and sisters, and I hope you all do that. Thank you all for tuning in. Without further ado, my son will sign us off.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.